Bem-vindos ao nosso espaço, um mergulho profundo nos assuntos mais interessantes de esportes, ciências e temas gerais do momento. Aqui você vai encontrar conteúdo de qualidade, com análises empolgantes e descobertas fascinantes que vão expandir seus horizontes. Nossa missão é trazer informação relevante de forma dinâmica e descontraída. Queremos que você faça parte dessa jornada incrível de conhecimento e diversão. Se gostar do nosso conteúdo, não esqueça de deixar seu like e se inscrever no canal para não perder nenhuma novidade. Ative o sininho também. Aproveite!
If you love science, don't forget to like and subscribe. Have you ever listened to a piece of music that made your skin crawl or your hair stand on end? Perhaps it was a clashing chord in a horror movie soundtrack or the jarring screech of an untuned violin. This sensation isn't just in your head. It is a profound physiological event that reaches deep into your biological core. This phenomenon is known as the melodic fever, a state where musical dissonance creates a measurable shift in the human immune response. To understand why this happens, we first have to look at what dissonance actually is. In the world of music theory, dissonance is the lack of harmony among musical notes. It creates a sense of tension, a desire for resolution that keeps the listener on edge. For centuries, certain intervals, like the infamous tritone or devil in music, were avoided because they felt inherently unstable. But to your brain, these clashing frequencies are more than just an aesthetic choice. They are perceived as a form of environmental distress. When your ear captures these irregular sound waves, they are translated into electrical signals and sent to the auditory cortex. However, before your conscious mind can even identify the song, the signal passes through the amygdala, the brain's emotional processing center. The amygdala is wired to detect threats, and irregular, harsh, or unresolved sounds often mimic the frequencies of a human scream or a predator's growl. This triggers the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or the HPA axis, which is your body's primary stress response system. Once the HPA axis is activated, it releases a cascade of hormones, most notably cortisol and adrenaline. This is where the biological link to the immune system becomes clear. In the short term, this acoustic stress can actually prime the immune system. Studies in the field of psychoneuroimmunology have shown that brief exposure to challenging or dissonant stimuli can lead to a temporary spike in the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines. These are signaling proteins that help the body coordinate its defense against infection and injury. It is as if the jarring music puts your body on high alert, preparing your internal defenses for a physical challenge that hasn't arrived yet. Researchers have measured these changes by tracking biomarkers like salivary immunoglobulin A, or SIGA, which is the first line of defense in our mucosal immune system. Interestingly, while consonant, harmonious music tends to increase SIGA levels and promote relaxation, intense dissonance can cause a sharp fluctuation. This fluctuation is what scientists sometimes refer to as the melodic fever. It isn't a fever in the sense that your body temperature rises to dangerous levels, but rather a state of internal heat or activation. Your white blood cells, particularly natural killer cells, may become more active during these periods of sonic tension. This leads us to an evolutionary question. Why would we evolve to have our immune systems react to sound? The answer likely lies in our survival history. In nature, harmony is rare. The sound of wind through trees or a babbling brook is relatively rhythmic and predictable. However, the sound of a snapping branch, a territorial cry, or a groan of pain is dissonant and irregular. Our ancestors who were biologically tuned to react to these sounds with a physical readiness, an immune and hormonal surge, were more likely to survive an impending attack or injury. They were quite literally saved by their ability to feel the music of the environment. In the modern world, this link is being explored for therapeutic potential. Doctors are looking at how controlled doses of musical tension followed by resolution can be used to exercise the stress response, potentially helping patients with autoimmune disorders or chronic inflammation by retraining how their bodies handle external stimuli. We are beginning to see that the boundary between our ears and our internal chemistry is much thinner than we ever imagined. The next time you hear a piece of music that feels difficult, clashing, or uncomfortable, remember that your body is having a conversation with those notes. Your cells are listening, your hormones are shifting, and your immune system is reacting to the invisible architecture of sound. The melodic fever is a testament to the fact that we are not just observers of art. We are biological participants in it. Music doesn't just change our mood. It changes our very chemistry, proving that the harmony of the body is inextricably linked to the harmony, or disharmony, of the world around us. For more incredible facts like this, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.